Jason Wright is one of my favorite authors. His book, The Christmas Jars, I read a few years ago, quickly becoming a holiday classic. Now his newest work, The Wednesdays Letter, is just as touching. It's a celebration of the lost art of letter writing. He was on a couple of weeks ago when your book first came out, and you, for some strange reason, gave out your cell phone number and asked people to tell you about their letter writing experiences. What happened?
Well, first of all, still married. My wife forgave me. Yeah. I had about 700 phone calls over the course of a couple of days. Really some amazing people. You have by far the most enthusiastic and rabid fans of anybody on TV. Rabid not in the foaming at the mouth.
No, a lot of them are actually foaming.
One guy emailed me and said, after that mandate that Glenn gave us that we buy your book, and I was like, wow, I like these mandates. Yeah. Anyway, it's been an amazing experience. I've heard from some fantastic people. It seems this overarching theme is that every single one of us has some experience with a letter that has been extraordinarily meaningful in our lives, whether it's a letter for good or a letter
right. There was a guy who was, if I'm not mistaken, that was watching the program, and his wife just passed away, and he was going through stuff, and he happened to find one of her letters. Is that right? As
he was watching us on the air, he was going through a shoebox of old cards and Father's Day cards and anniversary cards just to see her handwriting on paper, and he told me in an email how that brought her back to life.
Also 9/11, a connection to a letter in 9/11.
That's right. The sweetest girl, Kelly Sfar, sent me an email about a friend of hers who they wrote every single week when they were children, and then she was watching as her friend was killed on Flight 93 just a couple of hours from where they grew up together, and today she has saved every single one of those letters and cards she got from her friend.
And what is the, there was also another one, an alcoholic?
That's right, Donna and Philly, the sweetest woman. We've become quick friends by email. They were doing an intervention with their father when she was younger. He was a raging alcoholic. They wrote him a letter explaining their feelings for him and what they thought he needed to do. The disease eventually took his life, but when they found him on the couch, that letter folded up in his wallet.
It is really, your book is tremendous, and congratulations. It's, I believe, at #3 on the New York Times bestseller, and we have a lot in common. #3 radio show, #3 book.
It's #6, but if with any luck, we'll get to
#3? And now it's fallen to 6?
It was 6, but it was 3 on Amazon. So,
okay. Well, Amazon, they'll let anybody up at #3.
3 on the New York Times sounds pretty good, though. Let's make that happen. Thanks.
Okay, so, but it is such a tender story, and it goes back. I mean, I talked to you about this before, that it's Bridges of Madison County without the icky stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm still so grossed out by a naked Clint Eastwood in that whole thing, but it's such a great story, and you're such a great writer. You're working on a new one now?
I am. I'm working on a book called...
You book slut.
Oh, come on.
Seriously.
When do you sleep? Radio, TV, magazines, websites. No, I am working on a new book. It'll be out next fall. It's called The Last Campaign, and I'm actually looking... I have a couple of key characters that have yet to be named, and I'm hopeful that your listeners and viewers might help me out with that.
Okay, so tomorrow, I believe it's in the email newsletter. Is that right?
That's correct.
It's going to be in the email newsletter. You'll find out all about it. If you would like to actually have your name in the next novel, you can go to glennbeck.com and sign up for it. Jason, always a pleasure, sir. And congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Great book. Please pick it up.